Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Sneaker Stories. As always, I'm your host Chris Jack. Today we are checking out something that was sent to me from the guys at the Buy My Sneaker app. It is the Off-White Zoom Terra Kiger 5 in this neon green colorway. Without further ado, let's check them out.
Perfect.
Alright, so this is one of the Off-White pairs of shoes that I had definitely not had any intentions of buying at all. It was just a little bit too crazy for me. That coupled with it being a women's only release, which is also not entirely true, as this does come in men's sizing as well, all the way up to around a UK 15. So yeah, I don't really know what makes it a women's sneaker other than the fact that it comes in women's sizing, but it's really neither here nor there if you are into the shoe. So this right here is this neon green and black colorway. It did also release in two other colorways. This is my favorite, the white and gray, and then there's a black and pink over here as well, just in case you guys were wondering what other colorways if you haven't seen already. But I've got to be honest, having the shoe in hand, it was something that did intrigue me, especially with this crazy outsole on it, and also just kind of the material makeup and the details of it. I was pretty interested in. So shout out to the guys at Buy My Sneaker for sending this down so we could have a look at it. I guess I'm going to get straight into the outsole, which is the craziest part of this. This particular shoe is based on the Zoom Terra Kiger from Nike, which is a trail running shoe, which looks like that actually. And this, you know, is Virgils' deconstructed, reconstructed take on that, as we've come to know with Off-White releases. But back onto the outsole, this is a standard running traction pattern, except they have added these weird spikes on, which is something that I was really intrigued by in terms of how that would actually feel on foot. This is a really small size, so I can't actually put them on to really try that, but I can tell you that they are incredibly soft, and I think that they'll probably just wear out over time, or maybe break off or something like that. But I don't really think that's adding too much traction, maybe even a little bit of a rolling effect on foot. So I would probably not be doing any trail running in these, but I don't really know how many people are going to be doing that anyway. Moving on to the midsole, this is just a standard black Zoom Terra Kiger midsole, which from what I can make out is pretty much the same as what the general release pairs have. So nothing that's really been changed too much on that, except on the medial side of the shoe, there is some very faint wording here. It just says engineered to the exact specifications of trail runners, worn to be wild. Okay then. Moving up into the upper, the majority of the base layer here is this kind of synthetic, almost plasticky material. It almost feels like it could be something waterproof, but I'm not entirely sure on that. In the toe box section, you've got a registered logo with the Nike swoosh, which is overlaid on top of that. And then surrounding the toe box section, you do have a rather long hair suede, and that's done in this almost browny, kind of olivey color, which makes its way further up into the lacing systems and mid panels of the shoe. One thing that's quite interesting with this particular pair, which I didn't really pick up from the photos because I didn't pay that much attention to them, to be honest, is the dual lacing system that you do have on here. So you've got these clear plastic eyelets, well, just one on the medial side of the shoe, and then these clear eyelets working their way up with Nike Flywire, which basically secures in the rope lacing section, which is done in a purpley blue with 3M stitched throughout, which basically forms this exoskeleton of the shoe. Just underneath that, in the tongue section, you've got a standard Nike Off-White tongue with the exposed foam at the top that we've seen on quite a few different releases, and then to pair with that, the standard black laces with the shoelaces done in quotation marks. In fact, even on the rope lace pair, they've got shoelaces in quotations done in a pink. And checking out some details on the lateral side of the shoe, the Nike swoosh is an overlaid print here, and that's basically just been sublimated on there. You do also have the orange Off-White tag that we've seen on so many of the releases, just kind of securing that as an Off-White pair. In the heel section, you do have Nike Air branding that's been embroidered in white on that long hair brown suede section. Then swinging into the medial side of the shoe, this is one of my favorite parts of the Zoom Terra Kiger 5, is this completely chromed out, it's almost like a foiling done on the swoosh there. And then another kind of trademark from Off-White is just the print of the typography here, and that basically says Off-White trademark for Nike, Kiger, Beaverton, Oregon, USA, C 2019. So the year that this particular shoe was created, at least the model that is. Taking a look at the sock liner and insole of the shoe, the sock liner is just done in a black mesh, and then the insole basically has this rather thin swoosh That's something I didn't really mention on this panel as well, is that the swoosh here is a lot thinner than what you would normally find on a Nike swoosh. So I'm not really sure what that's about, but it's pretty cool. And then that's obviously done on the insole of the shoe as well. And then you've also got some Off-White design detailing there, which also matches up with the wax paper that you get with the shoe. So you've just got this Step and Repeat logo down on this yellowy background with that very thin and awkward looking swoosh on the paper itself. The box is also something that's been changed up with this particular release. This is an all orange gloss box, but as you guys will notice there, it's got these kind of like mouse hole things in there. That I don't really know what the purpose is for, other than just to like change it up, but it's a completely different box to what we usually get in Off-White releases. And then just to highlight with the Off-White hang tag here, this doesn't have any branding on it. It's been completely coated in this mossy green and velvet kind of finish. That's something I really liked on the shoe. It's just super different and kind of plays into the coloring of the shoe as well. From a size perspective, as mentioned, this is a couple of sizes too small for me, so I unfortunately can't do an on-foot look for you guys today. But I do know that due to the fact that this is predominantly based on a woman's cut, it would probably be recommended to maybe take a half size up, just in case you don't have particularly narrow feet. Otherwise, you can always just try it with your true to size. But from what I've seen online, it seems that a half size up is probably a safe bet. Now, from a pricing and availability perspective, the Off-White store in Sandton City in Johannesburg has teased that they will be receiving all 3 colorways of this particular shoe. They just haven't said when, so keep an eye out for Off-White Johannesburg on Instagram for more details of that. But if you can't wait for a retail pickup of these are sitting just over retail on reseller sites like StockX, etc. But if you can't wait and don't feel like the admin of that, they are also available on the Buy My Sneaker app, which is at Buy My Sneaker on Instagram as well. But that's it from me and the Zoom Terra Kiger 5. I hope you guys have enjoyed the review. If you do have any further questions, please drop them in the comments below. And also let me know if this is something that you plan on copying down the line. If you guys did like this video and found it helpful at all, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe right here as well for further content down the line. But that's it from me. I'll catch you guys on the next one.